Man, gaming is so expensive right now, man. Sometimes I really have to just stop and look and just see how much money I've spent on games over the years, and it's in the thousands, right? And it's always been a pretty expensive hobby. They don't, games aren't cheap, controllers aren't cheap, consoles definitely aren't cheap, but things have just gotten so expensive now, and it is killing me, right? Like, for example, like, why are Nintendo Switch games like $80, $90 now? Like, I got my girlfriend a Switch 2 for her birthday, over the summertime, and I got her Pokemon Legends ZA. That's the game she wanted to play. She's really into Pokemon, so I got her Pokemon Legends ZA. Came with the system, and so far, that's the only game we have for it. Ever since we've had it, I haven't bought a single game for that Switch. Because every time I look at those games and see that they're $80, $90 a piece, I'm like, why the hell would I buy any game on the Switch for 80 or 90 when I can buy a game on the PS5 for 70? It's better, it runs better with higher frame rate, better graphics, better processing power, you name it, right? The console is just better. And that Switch has just been sitting there collecting dust for months now. I hadn't even touched it. I personally never even played it, even though I'm the one who purchased it. It's just shows you how expensive these games are, right? Like I purchased the console and I have not touched it at all, and that's insane to me because I don't even want to buy the games for it because they're so expensive. Not to mention all these platforms just want like a yearly subscription, right? Like you gotta have PlayStation Plus, or you gotta have Xbox Live, or you gotta have Nintendo, whatever the fuck it is. I know they got one too. I ain't even been on the console, but I can guarantee you they have a premium subscription service too. Just like everything does now. I'm sick of subscription services in general. This could be its own video, because it's a problem outside of just gaming. But it's particularly bad in gaming, because on top of the subscriptions, then you got the store where you got to buy stuff at. Then there's little cosmetics and microtransactions in the games too. So they're hitting you from every angle, right? They're hitting you up front. They're hitting you every month with a subscription, and they're hitting you inside the games with microtransactions, and it is just over the top, right? And no other form of entertainment taxes you like gaming does, man. Like I said, most things have subscription services now, but they're not hitting you with everything full blast, both barrels, just pointed right at you, just taking money straight from your wallet every time you open it up, right? Alright, well, let's talk PC gaming, because I've talked plenty about consoles already. And if you know anything about PC gaming, it's the most expensive, in my opinion, because a good, decent gaming PC is going to run you at least $1,000. And like the higher end ones go up to like 3, 4, 5,000. Depending on where you get it, how you get it. If you build it yourself, it's cheaper. But this was, already expensive before all this RAM shortage stuff we got going on right now too, where because of AI and all the demand it's got for compute power and stuff, it's making it where RAM and any kind of memory chip for anything, memory chips for anything, are in such high demand, it's creating a huge shortage right now. So the prices for like NVIDIA GPUs and all that stuff are insane right now. They were already crazy because NVIDIA's kind of greedy. They always have been. And I just seen news recently that Sony is planning to roll out this thing they're calling dynamic pricing, right? So what they're seeing is that if you buy games at a certain price, they want to keep, letting you have games at a certain price, but for the main consumers, they're going to keep charging you more. So if I see, like, say, NBA 2K26 on my storefront, right, it might be $20, and they see that I'll buy it at $20, so they'll offer me another game at $20, right? But the same person that they seen was willing to buy it at $70, all of a sudden they're going to creep all the other games up to $70, because that's the price point you're buying games at. And they're probably going to try to creep it up to $80 and $90, and that's why it's dynamic pricing, right? Targeted pricing. And to me, that shit sounds like it should be illegal. I'm not going to lie. How are you going to charge one consumer one price and another consumer a different price? I don't know, man. Something about that just feels shady. And let's be honest, most of these games are kind of slop, and they're not really worth this price anyway. And when's the last time you genuinely enjoyed a Far Cry game, or an Assassin's Creed game, or any of the Ubi slop games? Like, their games have been slop long before AI, and they always charged $70, $60 full retail AAA pricing, right? Like, for these games that are just like 7 out of 10s at best, most of the time like 6 out of 10s, and they're just, these games are so bloated, right? Because they cost so much to make, and they use so much file space. Like, Call of Duty is the worst offender with file space, right? Like, one Call of Duty game now is like 200 gigabytes, man. Like, if you have a standard, like say PS5 with like a, what is it, like 800 gigabytes, it would take like 3 Call of Duties to just take up your entire hard drive, because it saves a little bit of space to run its software. So you usually, even with 800 gig, you're usually left with about like 6 something. So it would take literally 3 Call of Duty games to just eat all that up, dude. That is insane. Why are these file sizes so big? And why are they spending so much money to bloat these games like that? Like, there's no reason for it. And you're going to need all that file space too, because gone are the days where most of your library is physical games now, unless you're someone who's actively collecting physical games. I know my library is mostly digital, and I know that's the same for a majority of people. And it kind of sucks, because sometimes I really just miss having a physical game sitting around I could look at, pop in anytime, not have to have all these files on my system. It was a leaner, more efficient way of running games, man. And we've gotten away from it, and it really sucks. And I expect the problem to get exponentially worse once GTA 6 comes out, because they always set the standard, right? They set the standard with GTA 5 when they came out, and everyone wanted to copy them with their pricing and their models and how they do things. And GTA 6, I assure you, will be no different. And Ubisoft will want to charge $80, $90 for their games, the same way Nintendo's doing now for their, admittedly kind of slop games, I'm not going to lie. And, I ain't saying GTA 6 will be slop. I'm sure it'll be well worth the price, whatever you pay for it. I'm hoping it'll be 70, maybe 80 for like a collector's edition, or 100 max, right? But we'll see, because we don't know yet. And maybe this video will age like milk on that front, but they're going to copy whatever Rockstar does with GTA 6. That's going to be the new standard going forward. I have no doubt in my mind. And most of these normie people will pay it. Like, most normal consumers will pay it. They will not push back at all, and that aggravates the piss out of me. That there will be absolutely zero pushback ever on them raising prices, unless they just go absolutely nutso butso and just overdo it to the max, right? Like, they start charging like $200 a game, maybe then we'll start getting some pushback, but until then, I don't see it. People just don't have that willpower to fight over it, I guess, because everything else is expensive too. And I want cheap games again. I want gaming to actually be fun and not just, a grab for my wallet every time I boot up my PS5. That'd be great. That would be nice, actually. And I'd like to be able to get games for my Nintendo Switch, too, that I don't even play, bro. I hadn't even touched it. But yeah, rant over. This has been Placating. All you guys go out there and have a good day.